So in and out of halfway houses, homeless. Get a little bit of an introduction to spirituality, through 12-step and stuff like that, but it just wasn't for me. Knowing what I know now, being in and out of those halfway houses was just too much energy. I did not know anything. Again, I didn't know what grounding really was. Shielding, I didn't learn that till a little later down the road. It was a long, God, it's been long, like 3 years. It just seems like I didn't last more than, I think, 4 months was the longest I've stayed in, like, the 3 halfway houses I was in. Not counting stuff before, because it's like a minimum of like 3 days to like a month and a half that you could be in these programs before you could choose to go into a halfway house if you wanted. Really, it wasn't all that much time that had passed, but it felt like it for me because it was just such a struggle of an experience. But again, knowing what I know now about grounding and shielding, it's no wonder, me being an empath as well. God, so much energy. You got people who are so unstable with their own self-love and emotions, their physical, mental, spiritual health. They're learning too. It was too much for me. It was too much. I didn't know how to be in tune with myself enough to do it. I forget how exactly it happened, but I did, I think meeting other spiritual people and talking about my experiences is what got me into getting books and reading about, like, I asked for a book to be bought for me one time by Sonia, is it Choquette? I forget. Called Ask Your Guides. I'll leave the title in the description down below. I personally really love it so far. I picked it back up after a break this past year just to help me get a relationship with my guides, and it's very user friendly, I should say. So I started exploring that a little, but I still didn't know what I was doing. I still had so much around me that I could not get rid of. I didn't know about grounding to give the earth back any excess energy, good or bad. Just, I didn't know things, and I kept telling myself, just do what you gotta do. 6 months. Like, you could even be there for like 5.5. Or if you didn't want to officially complete and get something that said you completed or graduated, you could basically just get yourself a job, get yourself money to get out into a sober house, which in this state a sober house was different from halfway house. It's if you are familiar with any of these terms where you live, sober house in this state was more like rooming house, a sober rooming house where you're already independent, you have the job, you've done the halfway house thing, or some people would go straight from detox, whatever, because they already had the income. But all I had to do was just bide my time and do the minimum, if I could at least do that. Nope. Too concerned about what others were thinking, did not love myself enough, or know better about setting my own boundaries, appropriate boundaries. I knew what healthy relationships were supposed to be, kind of. I'm still learning that. I'm still working on expressing my boundaries a lot. The spiritual journey and the dating scene does not mix, and timing is what it is for me. It can be lonely. It's you're already in a relationship, you're already in one, so whatever, that's a whole nother thing. I just didn't know. Well, it was like I was too bombarded and too clouded and too, everything was just chaos within me, around me, the way I thought that it was acceptable to be treated by others. And then also the way I handled, again with the boundaries, the way I handled people coming at me certain ways. That goes back to when I was younger and thinking that by force I could make people leave me alone. No, it's not how it works, especially as an adult. unless you just want to be arrested. I don't know. So then I get out of my last halfway house. February 1st, I moved back home. And I get back a little bit into the spirituality thing. I start talking with somebody I met online who offered to kind of be there as an unofficial mentor if I ever needed the help, encouragement, had questions type of thing. She's awesome. I love her. It's funny because it's on Reddit too, so I don't know what she looks like. We didn't exchange phone numbers, no email, just stay on Reddit. That's her boundaries, and it works. I like it. Yeah, so I started talking with her a little bit, still was struggling with drinking off and on. Sorry, family. I love you. Thank you for putting up with my ish. Again, if it wasn't for my family, I would not be where I am today. If it wasn't for many different types of people in my life, don't know where I would be. I'm just so grateful. And I started delving into that, in and out of drinking, and then I got a job at a call center that, even if I was not drinking, I think I would not have stayed at this job. But, call centers are not for me. I'm good. I'd much rather have the physical labor, I think, the right kind of job. Like the job I have right now is light labor and it's customer service. I have accepted my place there. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, so even if I wasn't drinking, I think that just especially not knowing things about energy and boundaries and grounding and shielding, I don't think I would have lasted long. Not the job for me. And since then, I have tried to get the same type of job, but at a veterinary office, and spirit just keeps shutting me down. So losing that job that I got at the call center while I was still struggling with my drinking, I wound up at a gas station and just being like, well, whatever, like they really need the help. It's easy and it's just for now. Well, spirit kept showing me that my place is at that gas station right now, and I think it's because as someone else pointed out who was thinking that they needed to move from being a teacher to being like a retail manager of some kind, we can reach a lot of people this way. I've always been like, I know I'm capable of more. You know, this is not beneath me. I just knew that I could do more and I was capable, but I still have a lot to learn too. This job is teaching me a lot about dealing with people. But you can, I think, yeah, just spreading positivity. There was one woman who came in after being at the emergency room, the psych emergency room with her teenage son, 16 years old. And I just kind of was like, it does get better. Like, basically, like, she got the sum of it that, you know, I went through some stuff too. It's hard. When you're a teenager, it's so hard. Like I said, guinea pigs with medication and all that. And it made her such a difference. She was smiling when she left. And I don't want to get emotional, especially since I have makeup on, but no, it feels good. And like just the couple tarot readings I've done too. I know I'm meant to help people, and I was always looking for the wrong position in life, like career-wise and stuff like that, to do that. So now I have accepted, for the most part. I'm still working on my expectations of other people. The expectations I put on myself definitely come out in expectations of other people. Something I learned in 12th step. I'm going to talk about that a lot because if it wasn't for 12 step, effing 12 step, no, the rooms are so supportive, but people are people. Yeah, so expectations is a big one. My perfectionism definitely comes out a lot, but I have been accepting more and more to be more grateful for my easy ass job, keep my mouth shut more, have less expectations of people, be more understanding. I would like to think I'm pretty diplomatic anyway when I need to be. I do see things from different points of views a lot. Like that's one thing I'm grateful that I got from my dad, is just seeing things from different points of views. But when you're emotionally invested and you feel things so intensely all the time and are a dramatic person, then it's harder. But yeah, I'm learning that this is my place. Letting go and letting God, just letting go of the control and just go with the flow, handle things as they come. things like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I hope there was enough substance in this, to be honest. This whole start to everything is going to be very interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited because I can get creative, I can help people at the same time, make relatable content. As my channel grows, I hear from others as well on their experiences, or any way you can relate to, or even if you see somebody in the comments who's struggling, to help them with your experience. That's what I really want for this. Yeah, I want to be that kind of platform. So thank you all. It's my first video. Ta-da! We'll see how it comes out after editing. I hope you all stay blessed, stay humble, stay abundant, or get that abundance. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!